HVAC or heating and air conditioning low voltage shorts, and how to find low voltage shorts. There are sundry different ways to find the shorts. One perhaps could use a multimeter, whatever one would like to call the tool. They actually make another tool that's similar to this right here. So say hypothetically one has the thermostat wire here, and one has the red, the green, the blue, the yellow, orange, white, etc. So one may say, well, or one may contemplate the idea, one may have a short and may have had difficulty finding the short in the system. Some of these shorts are difficult, and my opinion is sometimes a low voltage short is maybe, although it may not be as dangerous or very dangerous, it may be innocuous. However, it may be difficult to find and the system may not run, so it may continue to throw a fuse. So one way to do this is simply to take and get a tool, something like this, and then you say you have a fuse up here on the board somewhere, and the fuse may look similar to a car fuse. It may be the same thing. It may be a 3 amp, maybe a 5 amp. I'm not certain. Could even be a 10. I'm not certain on that. But that's a hypothetical. So what we do is we remove the fuse. Say if this were the board, we would pull the fuse out, clip this to one side, clip this to one side where the fuse would go. So then we could either go perhaps run the thermostat or unplug these wires and then just plug it in. Well, this little tool here has a light on the end. So when you get to the particular wire, say you go from this wire to this wire and then this wire, and then it lights up on the yellow. Well, if it lights up on the yellow, that could insinuate the problem could be outside, etc. So what it does, it may not find the short specifically for you, but say if you, instead of looking here in multiple different ways and then on down the line in the air handler or outside in the condenser, etc., one may have a wire that feeds it, but then there may be multiple things it operates. So you have one wire here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, however many wires. It depends on if it's a gas furnace or if it's a heat pump. So one may say, well, what's this tool going to do? Well, if it lights up, and say hypothetically if it lights up on the yellow, okay, we know which particular circuit the yellow feeds. So instead of having 5 to 6 different ways or 7 different ways to go, we've narrowed it down to one particular direction. So we follow the yellow from the air handler. We follow it outside. We could go outside if the yellow goes outside. Sometimes they'll connect the yellow on the board and run a red outside, but normally the red's the 24 volt hot, or sometimes they just simply run another yellow out to there and then a blue and a common. So now if you go outside to the contactor, if this particular one lights up this light here on the end, then you say, well, it's on this circuit. So then you go out to the contactor and hypothetically maybe you unplug the yellow and the blue wire, and then you go back in and nothing's happening. So you're like, well, this is good. Or if it's still doing it, it could be your wire has maybe gotten chafed or something, or just dry rotted, or a squirrel eating it, or chipmunk gnawing at it, etc. Or it could just be simply just laying over on a piece of metal. So it's a short, and then you know exactly which short. So then you go outside and you start to figure out if it's a contactor, or you find out which circuit goes where. So instead of chasing the thing for 4 or 5 circuits, this little tool here will light up, and then when it lights up again, you just simply clip this. It's got 2 alligator clips. Pull the fuse out, you could clip it there. You could either pull the wires out, plug them in one at a time, or perhaps, I'm not certain, that the HVAC gurus could perhaps add this to the comments. Perhaps one could even go to the thermostat and just run it through heat, cool, etc. But still, if this is in the air handler, you may need another person underneath the house or wherever the air handler in the attic to say, hey, it lit up on a particular circuit when you ran through the circuit. So it's just a process of elimination. So this tool here can point you in the right direction. So instead of spending hours, instead of chasing 4 or 5 different wires in 4 or 5 different locations that may feed sundry different particular things on that particular circuit, it could point you to one wire, and then you can go from that wire and follow it. You can either follow it manually with a schematic or whichever way you desire, and then follow that wire. So it may cut your time down significantly on in order to find the low voltage short. So simply you just take a fuse that looks like a car fuse, unplug it, plug this in, and then when you get to the circuit where it does it, it's got a little light on the end, and that little light will light up. And then once that light lights up, you'll know which circuit. Say if it were on the green and it lit up, you would know your problem is on the fan circuit. So you can simply chase it from there. So a good way to eliminate time when chasing a low voltage short. And thank you for watching, and have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you.